situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever bring the energy, the charisma, the passion, the expertise, the talent, and whatever else you want to call it, like you seen Kelvin Hunter and my ex, Wendy Williams, and the team that was behind us. And I mean the whole team. That includes my current lady now. Yeah, I said it.
Sharina Hudson really had her whole life planned around being a side chick to Wendy's husband. This ex-mistress, ex-fiance, and baby mama to Kevin Hunter apparently had an entire reality show lined up about the chaos of being Kevin's mistress. It was supposed to launch right before Wendy's health completely fell apart. But when Wendy's show got canceled, so did Sharina's last big shot of cashing in on Wendy's clout to finally make a name for herself. I always wondered how and why Sharina was so comfortable staying a mistress for so long. But with these new reports, it looks like these two were the same type of person, at least until Wendy stopped bringing the coins.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
The common denominator between the two ladies, Kevin Hunter has been going through it ever since Wendy was placed under legal guardianship. His alimony checks stopped coming in, and things got so bad for Kevin that he filed a $250 million lawsuit to get Wendy freed from her guardianship, because it was getting very difficult for him to sustain his lifestyle. Kevin was eventually forced to sell his $1.2 million home along with his luxury cars. But the biggest shocker was that his soulmate, best friend, lover, and forever partner, Sharina Hudson, left him high and dry. Girl, we thought these two were going to ride till the wheels fall off. But apparently, Sharina loved Wendy's money and the attention she got being Wendy's competition more. So really, she was in love with Wendy than Kevin. For the 16 years they were together, Sharina was out living her best life, not having to work, and had a comfortable and luxurious life on Wendy's dime. He bought her a house that was only 9 miles away from the house that he shared with Wendy, and a diamond engagement ring worth $80,000, not to talk of the luxury cars and clothes that were bought throughout the 16-year affair. Sharina also launched multiple businesses, from massage therapy services to clothing lines, that all failed and shut down. Insiders say that there were unpaid debts, poor management, and Sharina was always too quick to try to expand the business since the money was there, causing it to collapse every time. So when a divorce attorney noted that the amount of money Kevin spent on Sharina constituted a wasteful dissipation of marital funds, he was really right. When they got together, Kevin had reportedly promised her that he would make her just as successful as Wendy and a star in her own right. The thing is, Wendy hired Kevin as her manager, and he was an executive on the Wendy Williams show, and she did rely on him quite a bit since she was running her mouth a lot. So to Kevin, he made Wendy, and if he can do it for her, then it wouldn't be difficult to do the same for Sharina. They were exploring every way they could leverage Wendy's money and connections to make Sharina into something. And when the business angle didn't work out, he and Sharina came to the agreement that they would pivot into what was supposed to be Kevin's strong suit, television. Kevin arranged for Sharina to get an interview done and was reportedly behind the scenes directing it as a way for her to gain initial visibility. And once the interview got Sharina a bit of traction and attention in the media, Kevin got into action and began shopping the idea of a reality show around networks that he had a relationship with. The plan was for the reality show to be Sharina's redemption arc and show her side of the story, since Wendy had her show to go in on her however she liked. Now Kevin and Sharina were engaged, and their daughter Journey was already in the picture, and on top of that, the interview and ever-growing controversy about Sharina's life proved that the show would perform well when it got out. And since Wendy had basically built a career talking about people's lives, there were those, for better or worse, who wanted a front seat to see her life fall apart.
Kevin had gone to LA for business. And I hired a PI. Yes, I did. I hired a PI to follow my husband. And this guy is telling me that Kevin is in Miami with the girl. This is where you show the picture of them on the beach. You know the picture where she's going to the camera and he's laying there on the cell phone like they're chilling like a couple. You understand what I'm saying? The PI was taking pictures of them going to the gym, going to dinner, her with Gucci, Poochie, and Lucci.
And even if Kevin did support Wendy and played a part in her show's success, the thing is, he isn't Wendy. Wendy is a star all on her own, and there was no way anyone could understand the media and celebrities the way she did and deliver news like that. Wendy had an IT factor that made her a success, and there was no leverage Kevin could pull to turn Sharina into something she simply wasn't. Sharina was probably in such a hurry to become a star that she was certain that the test run would do well with executives and prospective audiences. But there was one thing neither Sharina nor Kevin planned for, and that was Wendy getting sick. Wendy was absent during the entire last season of The Wendy Williams Show because she was struggling with a lot of health issues. She had some complications from Graves' disease, had to go to a psychiatric clinic, and was diagnosed in 2024 with frontotemporal dementia. It was just a lot. Wendy's show was eventually canceled after weeks of deliberation and online speculation. And it was only after she left that fans began to feel the void that she was leaving, since she had been a part of the media landscape for 38 years. A lot of people grew up with her. And instead of Kevin to maybe take a back seat and watch it all come out, he came online to complain about his alimony checks getting stopped while the wife he cheated on was fighting for her life and freedom. He sounded super angry and entitled, saying, "Wendy was in rehab and these people just stopped depositing my money cold turkey? Now I'm demanding to see all of the bank records from the time of the divorce until now, and that will show what's really going on. These people have tried to starve me out. At the end of the day, I earned that money and I'm not letting them take it from either of us." This made it even more obvious that he doesn't care about Wendy at all. It has always been all about the money. And folks were not here for it, saying, "So the plan was just to live off Wendy's alimony payment? Kevin Hunter hasn't tried to start a business or get a job? I thought he was the mastermind behind Wendy Williams' business. He is a tragedy. That man did everything to tear that woman down. I hope he never gets another penny from her. Maybe she was pushed out of her show because of mental and medical reasons. And on the other side of that, she still hasn't launched that podcast. Her not working affects his and his girlfriend's ability to feed off her." The overall sentiment was pretty negative and harsh towards Kevin and Sharina. Like, how did Kevin expect her to pay him when she wasn't working, making money? And on top of all that, struggling with health issues and a restrictive guardianship. With Wendy gone, folks wanted them gone too. Out of our faces, completely. The reality show was completely shelved because the major networks like Bravo and WeTV that was reportedly shopped to viewed the Sharina-led project as toxic for their brand. The audiences for reality shows were also demanding more authenticity and relatability from the cast, and there was no way that people would back a project that continued to show how Wendy was exploited. It's really wild to me that they thought they could leverage Sharina's notoriety as a mistress and turn it into drama that people wanted to see. Even if people didn't like Wendy, the one thing folks hated more is to see someone getting beat when they are down. And that's what the show would have done to Wendy if it ever saw the light of day. Wendy gave Sharina more than enough time to get her life together. She had all the time in the world to make money work, but failed at every step. And Sharina already knows not to expect sympathy, because there are people who won't forget how she and Kevin played. Wendy saying, "The fact that they fumbled all that money tells you everything. They wasted money that most people see in a lifetime. That's their unfortunate planning. I always liked Wendy. She's not a liar. Kevin and Sharina deserve all the smoke. If there is such a place as hell, they both deserve a place there." But what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.